You know what I absolutely love about Genesis as a brand? They're only 10 years old, yet they're not afraid to go all in. And for this, they get my absolute respect. I mean, you just have to take a look at some of their interiors and you quickly realize that they leave no stone unturned. Their interiors are some of the most luxurious, most well-built interiors you could ever find in the car market right now. Especially in a car market where cost cutting has become more of a trend, where car manufacturers now are really cutting corners when it comes to material quality, interior material quality, and that shows up in a lot of German cars, whether that be Mercedes, BMW, even Audi. Most of them nowadays are using cheaper quality materials. The quality of their interiors is no longer what it used to be, and this is where the Genesis brand comes in. When you sit in a Genesis, it doesn't matter if you're a BMW fan like I am, or a Mercedes or Audi fan, you will quickly realize that it is a well-built, super luxurious, high-quality interior. But this is just one point. Now let's talk about the main topic of this video, which is the Genesis GV90. The GV90 is pretty much a direct competitor to the Mercedes Maybach GLS. And to my knowledge, I think there is no direct competition to the GV90 in the BMW or Mercedes range of vehicles available right now. So this just goes to show that Genesis is not afraid to go head to head with the GLS Maybach, and just because BMW or Audi doesn't have a direct competitor does not mean that they will not make one themselves. In fact, it might just be one of the major reasons why Genesis decided to go into this market in the first place, because they saw the big opportunity, especially in the North American markets, US, Canada. They saw the big demand for big, luxurious 7-seater vehicles, and they wanted to capitalize on it. So let's take a look at the brand new GV90 from Genesis. This is what the front fascia looks like. The first time I saw this design, I was really taken by surprise, because this is a very bold design, especially when it comes to this segment of full-size flagship luxury SUVs. I think I've never seen headlights that are as thin as these ones, and these look really stunning. Although design is subjective, we can all appreciate the amount of engineering that has gone into developing these front LED headlights, which go all across the front fascia of the car. I don't think I've ever seen any other car that has a similar sort of design for the front headlights. You have these two thin lines, and the second line right here, which is parallel to the top line right here, only on the sides. Then you have these two lines that drop down at the bottom right here to sort of mimic the Genesis logo that we have right here, which in my opinion is a brilliant idea. I love this design language right here. And here in typical EV fashion, we have this huge front air intake to cool down the big batteries that this car is equipped with, because mind you guys, this is not an ICE vehicle, this is a full EV. One thing I'm a big fan of here is the material quality. Not only the material quality, the material type used here, but also this diamond design right here. I've always been a big fan of Genesis front grills, and this one is no exception right here. This is the section that I love right here. It looks super high quality, super high class. I think this is either one of two high class, high quality materials, either high quality genuine chrome or genuine aluminum, but either way it looks super high class, and I'm a very big fan of it. I think we have pretty much the same material going across the side profile of the car right here. And now let's talk about the side profile of the GV90. Well, first things first, this looks absolutely massive. It has such a commanding presence on the road, and this thing will definitely turn heads wherever it's going to go. I mean, just look at the side profile of the car. It looks so majestic. That's the word I have for this car. It's just a majestic car, especially from the side profile. It looks so big and has such a big presence on the road, which is a major reason why I think a lot of customers are going to buy this car, is because of its royal majestic presence on the road. I've rarely seen SUVs employ this thick of a chrome line wrapping all around the windows. I think the Rolls-Royce Cullinan is quite close, especially with the C-pillar chrome trim right here, which is, as you can see, quite wide. It reminds me of the Rolls-Royce Cullinan's chrome C-pillar. Here we have flush door handles, which integrate very beautifully with the side profile design of the new GV90, and the same high-class chrome aluminum trim we have on the front bumper of the car is present on the door sills, front and rear door sills. So there's plenty of use of high quality exterior materials for the GV90, which I'm a very big fan of. And here we have a brilliant design for the side LED lights right here, which carry over from the front horizontal LED lines that we have on the front fascia of the car, which is a brilliant design idea. Now let's talk about the wheels. The wheels, which I think are a brilliant idea and something that I commend Genesis for using. They didn't just slap on some 2025 type of wheels, you know, those new high gloss black wheels that a lot of car manufacturers seem to prefer over their older, more classic silver aluminum wheels that we used to have in the 2010s for older cars. I think it just fits the aura of this car a lot better than the new sort of design, rim design we are seeing in the market as of lately. Now here's another view at the flagship wheels, the 24-inch wheels, which you can have on the Neo Loon version. I think it's called the Neo Loon version. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. But these are the wheels that you will get on the top of the line Neo Loon version. And here it looks like we have the version with the suicide doors. As you can see, the door handles are quite different from the previous version. This version, I think, does not have the suicide doors, which is why it employs a different style of door handles. So yeah, these are the suicide doors that you get on the top of the line Neo Loon version that we have right here. And I mean, just take a look at these wheels. I think they look absolutely spectacular on this car. If I were to get this car, I would make sure this is the first option box I would tick for sure. And here you can take a look at the sort of Korean design for the rear end of the car, which is very much different from the European sort of design we are accustomed to when it comes to European cars. Now here's a look at the top of the line most expensive version, the Neo Loon version with the suicide doors, all open here, all automatically opening. Of course, all four doors here you can open automatically, independently, and all at the same time. And one thing that makes this car very, very much special right here is the rotating front seats. You can pretty much rotate the front seats 90 degrees, so you have a lounge configuration. You can be the driver of the car, rotate your seat 90 degrees and face your rear passengers and just have a great time, chill with your passengers in the GV90. Have a cold glass of water, cold glass of soda, and enjoy the super, super comfortable silk leather seats that you have in the GV90. Mind you guys, the car does come with a refrigerator, so you will always have your cans cold and ready to enjoy on a long trip. Now here's a look at the rear of the car. You can see that the rear LED taillights are actually the same design as the front LED headlights that we have in the front fascia of the car. It looks very, very different from anything else you might see on the road, and I actually quite like this. It just makes this car feel so special, feel so different on the road, and that is quite refreshing. You have the same sort of high quality, high class chrome aluminum material at the bottom of the rear bumper right here. So at the bottom of the rear bumper right here, you also have it, I think, on another section of the rear bumper's bottom right here, which just goes to show that Genesis' priority with this vehicle is not to cut down on cost, but to only employ some of the highest quality materials you could ever have on a car, period. And to their credit, this is something that unfortunately is extinct nowadays, with a lot of manufacturers trying to cut down on costs and use lower quality, cheaper materials. Now here's another look at the interior of the Neo Loon, the top of the line version, with all four suicide doors open, but this time with the front seats facing the front. And I can tell from miles away that every single surface in the interior of this car is super high quality. It's pretty much leather. I can't even see plastic just looking at the interior of the car from a distance, and this is looking at a picture. Now imagine looking at it in real life, it would be even more obvious. And now take a look at the interior. This is hands down the biggest central infotainment screen ever put in a production vehicle. This is a 23.6-inch OLED central infotainment screen, and this being a Korean vehicle, you guys know what sort of quality you can expect from this central infotainment screen right here. You can only be sure that Genesis is only going to use the best of the best OLED panel for the central infotainment screen of the new GV90. All surfaces, all buttons look super high class, super high quality with only expensive materials. Even the A pillars look like they are wrapped in leather. We have physical buttons, which is another big win for the interior of the GV90, not only on the center console but also on the lower section of the center console, as well as this super luxurious crystal knob right here, which controls the center infotainment screen, as well as physical controls on the steering wheel right here, which looks very beautiful. Genesis do a very good job with their steering wheel designs. And this is the gear lever, which looks like is in not position for a gear lever. I've never seen gear lever being in such weird position, basically at the 12 o'clock position on the steering wheel. Here you have these sort of Bang & Olufsen style speakers that pop up when you turn on the sound, which is another proof that Genesis really left no stone unturned when it comes to giving the GV90 the best of the best in everything. And here's another look at the interior in a different color, in this sort of olive green interior, which I'm a very big fan of actually. And what I like about these interior colors is that they extend all the way from the top of the center console all the way to the center armrest that we have right here. So you have everything color matching, even the door panels. The bottom section of the door panel is color matching, and I absolutely love this. And here's a closer look at the launch configuration of the GV90. I can tell you guys, this has nothing to envy from a GLS Maybach, at least from my own perspective. This is one of the most luxurious interiors, and I can only imagine how comfortable it must be to travel in this vehicle. I think that would be a breathtaking experience to travel in this vehicle. And now check out the Suicide Doors Neoloon version. When you open the doors, you pretty much have a panoramic view out of the vehicle, so you can enjoy a panoramic view of the beach like we are seeing right here. I think this is what truly sets this car apart from the competition. There is no other competitor that has B-pillarless suicide doors, so Genesis really struck the competition hard here. And I think they know exactly what type of customer they are going after, and I think this is going to be a big success for that specific type of customer. So that's it for today's GV90 review. If you guys liked the video, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like the video. If you have any comments, any questions, feel free to drop them down below in the comment section. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.